fight. We go to another. This one took place earlier, and it was a doozy. Phill Fury, the cousin of Tyson Fury, will be, of course, headlining tonight against Derek Chisora. Phill Fury faced Peter Vaughan. Both fighters undefeated coming in, and it was an absolute Donnybrook. We're going to pick the action up at the beginning of the fourth round. Here's how Al Bernstein and Dave Farrar called action.
Good scrap this between two unbeaten fighters, Phill Fury and Peter Vaughan. And it will be interesting to see how fatigue maybe plays its part later on in the fight.
Yeah, it's a very good point. I thought Phill Fury looked a little tired at the end of the last round. And neither of these fighters have been close to going 8 rounds. And for them at this early stage in their career to be already going 8 is quite a test. And I think Phill Fury right now needs to find I think a second wind at this juncture.
Vaughan's corner will be encouraging him not to throw too many of those really big shots. He was missing by miles with a couple there. They will sap the strength.
Fury has been 6 rounds, but Vaughan has never been past 4.
And Vaughan opening up here. Fury against the ropes, but just trying to box his way out of trouble.
And against the ropes is one place Phill Fury doesn't want to be. He wants his fight in the center of the ring.
A little bit scrappy so far in this round.
You see how Fury is squaring himself up against Vaughan. That's part of the fatigue factor that I think is playing into this. He doesn't want to do that. There's some nice combinations by Fury, but the place he's throwing them from leaves him open for counter punches.
Leaves him open for that right hand, and it's a good left as well there from Vaughan. Didn't connect fully, but they didn't bounce off the gloves either.
I'll tell you, you can't ask for more action from 2 fighters. 2 young fighters, very well schooled, and they are really giving it everything. Wow, is that a strong jab?
And already in round 4, still with over a minute to go, they do look like 2 sluggers at the end of a long fight. Taking an awful lot out of them.
And we're only, as you point out, just about at the halfway mark. So they may have, depending on what they have left, it's going to all really be determined on that.
Combination again there from Fury. Vaughan just looks like the stronger man in there, and it's all about Fury's skills. Strength might just be winning the day so far.
And a lot of these rounds are very close rounds, but it's that you get the sense that Phill Fury has just eroded a bit. And the body work by Vaughan's had a big impact. Wow, nice right hand.
Maybe, just maybe, the first crisis of Phill Fury's career. 9 wins out of 9 so far. Tough opponent here in the shape of Peter Vaughan.
We told you to be out beforehand. Have some grip out of you now. Okay? Keep your hands tight when you're up close.
Take a breathe.
Stop pulling out. When you're pulling back and you're trying to jab loose, he's catching you. Okay? When you're working inside, you can
breathe up, Phil.
lean in, pull. You understand me?
Dig in there.
Have you got that?
Good.
Don't pull back.
Box into the round. Box into this round.
Or you with him, come in. Go on the outside at all. It's not the easy to do that because you can get inside. Light and hard. Light and hard. You understand me?
Round 5.
2 slightly leg-weary boxers here. Only halfway through an 8-rounder at light middleweight between Phill Fury and Peter Vaughan. But so much has gone into those opening 4 rounds.
Dave, I know you do a lot of horse racing, and the analogy here is some horse that just was a little bit too quick in the beginning of that race and didn't have it down the stretch.
Yeah. What we say over here is that one of them might not stay the trip, but we'll see.
Exactly, and which one of these fighters, they both may have overextended themselves in the first 4 rounds. We're going to see.
It'll be fascinating to find out. Good work up close there from both fighters. Again, you sense Fury was looking for that right uppercut.
The problem with Fury is he's backing himself into the ropes, keeping his hands down, and those are not good signs for him.
And his cousin Tyson across the ring from us. His big night, but watching his cousin here with a slightly worried look on his face.
And Fury's dad, Hugh, in the corner, who also trains Tyson Fury, hoping that his son can find some reserve in the gas tank.
Well, he's tough, that's for sure, but so is Vaughan. Again, they just exchange. Vaughan's the one on the ropes now.
This has become essentially an inside fight. And in that posture, the Fury jab and some of those combinations from the outside can't be used as effectively.
Vaughan keeping those elbows close together, trying to nullify that uppercut. Big swing again there from Vaughan.
Peter Vaughan's a 25-year-old that, as you pointed out, any promoter and any fan would want to see inside a ring. He's fun to watch. Some caution there about the clash of heads.
Good little moment there for Fury.
Fury has a very nice uppercut and uses it effectively. Oh, big right hand may have hurt Fury.
Yeah, Fury just looked a little unsteady on his legs there. And does Vaughan sense it? Looking for the left hook to follow up there.
And here's where the body work is having some impact, I think, for Peter Vaughan.
Fury might just have survived that little moment. And his language style does maybe make him look more tired than he is. Good close to the round, certainly for Vaughan.
Listen, insult. So what you were doing wrong, you weren't like jumping around. Okay? Now listen to me, Paul. When you play
in that last round, just at the end of the round, a right hand that clipped Phill Fury, but if that had been any more accurate, this fight might be over.
Quality, we need this here, when you wave fighter.
He's never been there before. Come on, Phil.
Feel sorry for yourself. Get out.
Round 6 of a scheduled 8. Close fight, good punch at the start of the round there from Phill Fury. And then he gets the left uppercut. I wouldn't even dare ask Al how he's scoring this so far because it's mighty tight.
I'm not sure I would dare to answer. Look at the body work by Peter Vaughan at the beginning of this round. And you know, a key is going to be those early rounds were close, Dave, and how were those scored? But right now, this is great trench warfare, and Vaughan's getting the better of it right now.
It's not just body work, is it? It's hard work in general. Vaughan has been the busier here.
Nice combination there by Fury, and he's able to get those off, but not as consistently right now as Vaughan.
Right there from Vaughan again, didn't land cleanly. Vaughan, the much harder worker. Fury, maybe with more accuracy. Little chopping left there from Vaughan.
The one thing that Peter Vaughan does do is he slaps with his right hand and loses a little bit of power with that punch. There's an example. I like when they do things on cue. Have you noticed that?
Again, up close, and Fury the one trying to find a way to the chin of this very durable Vaughan. Not surprisingly, the pace has just slowed in this round.
Yeah, and just a touch. I mean, these two fighters still throwing a lot of punches. They take a moment to look at each other and take a break and say, okay, who's going to start now? And both men have been committed to the body, and there you see Fury doing his work downstairs.
Vaughan again as they broke with that right hand that just missed. Almost sense for a moment there that Vaughan was encouraging Fury forward. One thing that Phill Fury does have is a lot of support here. Tyson's fans are his fans as well, and they are here in number already.
And no matter what happens in this fight, Phill Fury will look back at this to know that he faced an early and difficult test. And for Peter Vaughan, no sense in talking about him as if he's some kind of trial horse. This young man could have a very nice career ahead of him.
Missing a lot now, both fighters, but Vaughan produced that decent punch right at the end of the previous round. Can he do it again?
You're missing the target. You're missing the Don't worry. It's because you're loading up. You're not looking. Feint. Let the shots go. Double the body shots. Then bring them up. You're not bringing them up.
There's no way to bring them back. Right and hard, okay?
He's shutting them.
This one is the nature of them both the rounds, all right? Do not step back. Okay? The beat you're going back. Go forward. Get in the stage.
Penultimate round between Phill Fury in the dark green trunks here and Peter Vaughan, and it's been all action and extremely hard working so far.
And it would not be a stretch to say these last two rounds are going to decide this fight. The early rounds very close. We thought Vaughan came on in some of those middle rounds, and now we head into the final act of this three-act play.
What's the denouement going to be? Who's written the script tonight? Just falling short with a jab there, both fighters. And then Vaughan with a good piece of work and nice footwork too.
For the first time I saw in Peter Vaughan's face something that looked like real fatigue, but we'll see how he comes back from it. Neither man has been to the 7th round in their career. So this is uncharted territory for both men.
Big test for them both. Who's going to handle it better?
Those jabs of Vaughan, they're power jabs. That's like getting hit with this big straight right hand.
Again, just slapping a bit there, Vaughan. Good right as Fury came in and followed up with a left.
And it's Vaughan boxing now, using some movement and doing well from the outside. We hadn't seen that earlier in this fight. Perhaps Jim Evans, his trainer, advised him to do that. And that movement, it really is giving Fury some issues.
Yeah, and as you said, Vaughan's face might look tired, but his feet don't.
No, or his hands. And that left hand of Fury is still very low.
Cut above the right eye there of Peter Vaughan. How significant could that be coming into the final round? He knows that he's up the work rate here, Vaughan. Looks like it's on the eyebrow.
Very close round. Vaughan landed the bigger punches. Fury has landed in bunches from time to time. And the first part of the round belonged to Vaughan. The second part a little bit more to Fury. So it's going to be tough on these judges.
See that cut above the right eye of Vaughan. Sort of thing that could have made a massive impact earlier in the fight, as does that right hand. Fury tired here. The hands were low. And Vaughan's corner screamed, finish it, and he wasn't able to. There was almost a pause there.
Just let him do that to you.
This is where Phill Fury got in some trouble. That right hand made a difference in that round. And then toward the end of the round, this right, they actually look at the same right, is where he really got in some trouble. But time was not on the side of Vaughan.
Press into him. You understand me? These ribs and doing some uppercuts. One round between you and me. You must win this round. Bell goes
Final round then. And we want the doctor just to have a little look at this cut again above the right eye of Peter Vaughan. Gets the nod, okay to continue. That would have been a shame. And they both got a really good ovation from the crowd here. And Fury looks to have found a second win. But Vaughan manages to turn him and starts to unload.
And of the two fighters, I think Phill Fury has a bigger issue with stamina right now. And ironically, he's been longer. He's gone 6 rounds before. Vaughan has never been more than 5, but Vaughan comes out, I think, in this round. After the first flurry by Phill Fury, Vaughan looks like he has more energy.
A strong finish here from Vaughan, and he might just cause the upset. Minor upset, but still. And Tyson Fury on his feet, urging his cousin to come in.
You can see Tyson across the ring. A lot of animated activity over there. They know that this 20-year-old cousin is in the fight of his life right now.
Yes, certainly the night that the 20-year-old is going to grow up either way. Told us yesterday, Phill, that he's got fighting blood in his veins, and now that needs to pump. Final couple of minutes.
And for Peter Vaughan, this is a performance that vaults him ahead no matter what, because he walked in against obviously a young man who is undefeated, and he has performed well, and now he's bashing Fury around the ring.
Well, it was that right hand again that just stunned Fury for a moment, but back he comes. And they roar him in, Fury.
What's that phrase you made? A small hall classic. We're not in a small hall, but this one's pretty darn good.
Really good. An undercard classic between these two.
Well said.
Gentleman sitting ringside just before that final round, mouth to me, good fight. Not wrong. Moves into its final minute now. Left again there, in and out he went, Vaughan.
Now this is a round that early on Phill Fury had some good moments, but Vaughan has landed some big power punches in the last minute and a half.
See Vaughan there, wound one up, didn't connect, and then he did with a right. Vaughan's corner again, just urging him to go in and try and finish it. They feel that he can. Power at the end of the fight here from Vaughan, but has to be careful as he comes forward.
Those straight jabs from Vaughan really are powerful punches.
Right over the top from Vaughan! Massive punch! Fury did wonderfully to stay on his feet there. they get the ovation they deserve.
So many factors made that a special fight. These two youngsters who had never been 8 rounds before, well matched, and had to sustain at a ridiculous pace over a time period they had never fought. So lots of congratulations go to both these young men, no matter what the outcome, and we'll look back at this moment. It might be a seminal moment in this fight. One of many overhand rights landed by Peter Vaughan, and it really stunned Hugh Fury. He couldn't quite follow up on it as much as he would like, but a big moment for Vaughan in round 8, and now it's left in the judge's hands.
As you've already said, it's a big night, whatever, for Peter Vaughan. But what will the decision be? Mention that respect. They were really good value at the weigh-in, those two.
And neither of these fighters have a loss. Obviously, Fury 9-0 and 2-0-1 for Vaughan. So unless there is another draw, which is highly conceivable, we'll see a first loss.
Well, they've both got sets of cheerleaders in here. And we'll get the decision very, very shortly. Vaughan wanted to know that, had a word in the ear of the referee, but...
Well, Peter Vaughan's ecstatic with his performance. You can feel it, win, lose, or draw. He knows he did his absolute best in this fight, and he's reveling in this moment.
Well, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Robert Williams scores it 78-75 for your winner and still undefeated, Peter the Raging Bull Vaughan.
So Vaughan gets the decision on points. Phill Fury is handed his first defeat. 3 rounds was the difference in the end, Al.
And it could easily have been. You know, a lot of those rounds there were several close rounds, but Peter Vaughan landed the bigger punches. I thought he pressured Phill Fury more in the fight, and Fury clearly was the one that had the stamina issue. So this young man, Phill Fury, who's a very fine boxer, will go back to the drawing board, but for Peter Vaughan, it is a very special win, and this young man reveling in it right now.